Welcome to the podcast for Brain and Cortland in the morning on 98.1 K-Hawk.
Cedar Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Where it ends from Bailey Zimmerman. Good morning. It's Brain and Cortland. One more day without Cortland. She is, well, at some point today, I'll be headed back from Nashville. She'll tell us all about her fun birthday weekend in Music City coming up on the show tomorrow. So hope everybody had a great weekend. Shout out to everybody who stopped by the Grill Works on Saturday for their huge open house. Yes, I know there was some rain that moved through early, but things fortunately cleared out, dried up, and we had a great time. Ate a bunch of great food, talked to a bunch of fantastic listeners and fans of the Grill Works. So it was a good time up there in Marion. Yesterday, man, just a perfect day. It was nice and cool to start the day. High of about 72 yesterday afternoon. Just a great day to get out and do some yard work, get some other things done. As far as weather is concerned today, warming up mid to upper 70s. And as you might have expected, that'll bring a chance of showers and thunderstorms rolling back in tonight. It's Brain and Cortland on a Monday morning on 98.1 K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Next thing you know from Jordan Davis. Good morning, it's Brain and Cortland. And we have an outdoor country show coming up this week. Yeah, it's Dustin Lynch week, everybody. He's going to be in Cedar Rapids at the McGrath Amphitheater on Thursday night, May 9th. And we have your last chance at tickets all week long. Once again, listen for that montage of Dustin Lynch hits and be caller number 10 when you hear it. And we'll do it this morning at around 6:30. So a little over an hour. 6:30, your chance to win Dustin Lynch tickets, your final 4 days of giveaways with your country concert leader, 98.1 K-Hawk. Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. This is how we roll. Good morning, it's Brain and Cortland on a Monday morning. And if you all subscribe to Netflix, you'll notice they've been breaking out a new programming format here the last few days. And that is they are promoting and doing live events. And you'll be able to go back and watch them if you can't catch them live, like you would any other show or movie on Netflix. But I happen to tune in to both of them. Now, one of these events involves my favorite comedian, and I know one of Cortland's too, John Mulaney. And so John Mulaney is doing a live variety show. And his first one was on Friday night. He'll have another one, I believe, airing tonight on Netflix. And it's just an odd show where he and some of his comedian friends talk about all things Los Angeles. And I get it. We're in Iowa. That might not sound super interesting, but you're a fan. If you're a fan of John Mulaney, he makes it funny and entertaining, and some of his guests are a lot of fun, too. So it's definitely worth checking out. But last night was another big Netflix live event. Yes, it was the roast of Tom Brady. And if you've ever seen these celebrity roasts before on Comedy Central or on the internet, you know that they can get pretty rough. And yeah, it did last night. This thing was 3 hours long. Now, that was my only thing. I don't know if we needed 3 hours of horribly inappropriate jokes directed towards Tom Brady and other people who were in the audience. But there were some buttes, none of which I can say on the air today. I mean, if you know what a celebrity roast is like, whew, man, it gets nasty and personal. But then at the end, they say wonderful things about you, and they're like, it's just a roast. But we said all these horrible things. Now, some of the cool things that did happen last night, Bill Belichick actually walked out on stage, did jokes, and then sat with the players, which was pretty cool to kind of put to rest that whole Brady-Belichick feud. And they also got Belichick and Robert Kraft to do a shot together because reportedly those two fellas don't like each other anymore either. So those were some of the kind of cool moments. But Will Ferrell was there as Ron Burgundy, was hilarious. And yeah, that's about all I can really tell you about it. But once again, it was live last night. You'll be able to watch it whenever you want to on Netflix. So check it out if you're a Brady fan or a Brady hater. It's Brain and Cortland on 98.1 K-Hawk. Outskirts from Sam Hunt. Good morning. It's Brain and Cortland in on a Monday morning. We are giving away concert tickets all week long. Dustin Lynch, your chance to win coming up at around 6:30. Also later this morning at around 7:10, we're giving away a pair of weekend passes to County Line Country Fest. That is August 1st through the 3rd in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. And if you think that's a ways off, Before you know, it's going to be the middle of May. Man, we are flying right into spring and summer here. We're going to give these away at 7:10 every weekday morning. We're going to play a little 3-song montage, and it'll be songs by artists performing at this year's County Line Country Fest. Name all 3 songs correctly. You've got your passes to enjoy the entire weekend. You'll see all the country stars at County Line Country Fest. We'll play it again this morning at 7:10 with your country concert leader, 98.1 K-Hawk. K-Hawk, good morning. You are caller number 10.
Oh, awesome.
Way to go. What's your name?
JJ.
JJ, you are going to be in downtown Cedar Rapids on Thursday night. Dustin Lynch at the McGrath Amphitheater. Nice job.
Awesome. Thank you.
Nice job, JJ. Yes, country music outdoors. Finally, it's that time of year. We're going to kick it all off with Dustin Lynch on Thursday night. Another chance to win tickets coming up tomorrow morning at around 8:25. 8:25 tomorrow with your country concert leader, 98.1 K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids #1 for new country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Hotel Key from Old Dominion. Good morning. It's Brandon Cortland on a Monday. Cortland off today. She's traveling back, from Nashville, so she'll be back on the show coming up tomorrow. We've been talking about how the Dustin Lynch show on Thursday kind of kicks off the whole outdoor country concert season here in Eastern Iowa. And there's another sure sign of spring opening up today, and that's over at Beaver Park in Cedar Rapids. Yes, oh my gosh, I remember taking my kids here when they were younger. It's Old McDonald's Farm, the petting zoo, which is run by the Cedar Rapids Parks and Recreation Department, opening up today, and it's open for the season. It'll be open from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. today through September 29th. So I know, yes, you might have kids who want to go who are still in school. It is open till 6 p.m. You can get in until then and check out all the animals there. And the nice thing about this is, the amazing thing about this is, this attraction is completely free. Doesn't cost you anything, although if you want to make a donation, those are accepted and appreciated. So you can stop by Old McDonald's Farm. They're having a Chalk the Farm event today. I know the Chalk the Walk event happened over the weekend, but this is a Chalk the Farm event happening from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. today, and you can chalk the sidewalks there at Old McDonald's Farm. If you've never been there, by the way, this has been operating for over 100 years in the city of Cedar Rapids, and it's adorable. It's fun. There's all kinds of farm animals the kids can get up close and personal with. They do offer group tours. They have birthday parties. They even have goat yoga, if that's your thing. And if you want more details on those activities, we have the link up on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. Old McDonald's Farm, open today with K-Hawk. #1 for new country, it's Crazy Town from Jason Aldean. Good morning, it's Brayden Cortland. This show kind of Crazy Town every single morning, but we are giving away tickets to County Line Country Fest. And that is a weekend country music festival held every year in lovely and scenic Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. The dates this summer, August 1st through the 3rd. Headliners include Randy Houser, Tyler Hubbard, Parker McCullum. Also appearing Parmalee, Nate Smith, Chase Beckham, and more. We have all the artists appearing there up on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. So what we're going to do all week is give you a montage of 3 songs. And we could have picked 3 songs by any of the artists appearing at County Line Country Fest. Now, of course, we're only going to use songs by the stars that you recognize. These are big radio hit songs. You're going to know these. You're going to recognize them. Let's take a listen to today's montage.
Back when you had a fight, you could just walk it off. I tell myself that I should quit, but I don't listen to drums. I'll ride in on a sunny day.
Just need the titles to those 3 songs in the correct order. One more time.
Back when you had a fight, you could just walk it off. I tell myself that I should quit, but I don't listen to drums. I'll ride in on a sunny day.
All right, caller 10 gets to guess first at 365-3698 or hit the call us button using your 98.1 K-Hawk app. For a pair of weekend passes, you'll get to see all the country stars at County Line Country Fest with your country concert leader, 98.1 K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids #1 for new country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Take Her Home, the 61st top 10 single for Kenny Chesney that ties him all time now with George Strait. Not bad company there. Brandon Cortland with you on a Monday morning, which means we resume our codes for that Luke Combs flyaway. Could win tickets to go see Luke Combs in Phoenix. It'll be a huge stadium show. You'll be there. And we got everything covered, whether it's airfare, hotel, throwing in $500 in spending cash. All you have to do is get those codes that we give you every weekday. Your first one comes up with us every weekday morning at 8:20. Enter it on the app. That's another entry, another chance to win that flyaway to see Luke Combs. His tour setting records everywhere he goes. You can be part of that record crowd yourself. Get your first code coming up next hour, right around 8:20 from 98.1 K-Hawk. 98.1 K-Hawk. Luke Combs and Cold as You. Good morning. It's Brain and Cortland. So last Friday, we talked a little bit about the new country music that was coming out and how it was very cool that Randy Travis has a new song, and it came out. It's called Where That Came From. And Randy talked about how he was excited that he was able to release new music. And I think a lot of people, including myself, assumed that this was something that maybe Randy had done a demo of prior to his stroke and his health problems. And that's where they got his vocals from. Well, it turns out that everybody who was suspecting that there was AI involved in the process was right. So I happened to see this feature. It was on the CBS Sunday Morning program, and it took an in-depth look at how they used AI, artificial intelligence, to let Randy Travis continue his musical career. And the process was absolutely amazing. So even though it's technically Randy's voice singing on the song, it wasn't Randy singing. It was a gentleman by the name of James Dupre. Now, he is a musician, a singer in Nashville. He was on The Voice in 2015. He has his own music career. Grew up listening to Randy's music. He's a big fan, even toured with Randy for a bit. And so what they did was they had this James Dupre sing the lyrics to the song. And then they took AI and they laid Randy Travis's voice or samples of his voice over that to make it sound like Randy was actually singing the song. And they brought in musicians, they played, they laid down the backing track for everything, and boom, you've got a new Randy Travis song. And if you listen to it, once again, it's called Where That Came From. It's Randy Travis. It's his voice. There's no mistaking what his voice sounds like. He has one of the most, unique voices in the history of country music. And I think we were all saddened when we realized after his health issues and the stroke that he wasn't going to be able to sing like he sang during the peak of his career. And that's sad to see it taken away like that. And so I guess a lot of people are okay with AI being used in this instance, or are you? By the way, if you have an opinion on this, please let us know on the 98.1 K-Hawk app, or you can give us a call this morning as well. Because while I don't necessarily mind the way that AI was used in creating this particular song, it opens things up on how often are we going to use AI when it comes to creating music. Now, if you want to use AI to clean up lyrics or to clean up a way maybe a track sounded, like let's pick out an artist, maybe something that Johnny Cash did as a demo before he passed away. Maybe use AI to restore that track and to clean it up and to make it sound better than it ever has. I don't know where you draw the line and come up with these now original new compositions from artists who can no longer sing, whether it because of health issues like Randy Travis, or because an artist is no longer with us. And so I'm curious as to what country fans think of this. Do you think AI is being used properly here? And do you have concerns on how it will be used moving forward? I think this is cool. I think the fact we have a new Randy Travis song is awesome, but it does raise some ethical concerns when it comes to the creating music. Let us know what you think this morning. You can message us on the 98.1 K-Hawk app or call us at 365-3698.
It's time for the latest in country music news. Country Quickies with Brain and Cortland from 98.1 K-Hawk.
Well, I hope you're all ready for some new music from George Strait. He debuted a couple of new songs at a concert stop, one of them featuring Chris Stapleton. Yeah, one was called Honky Tonk Hall of Fame. George also sang another new song called 3 Drinks Behind. And then we also learned that George is working on a new album that he says will be out soon, which is fantastic news. The King of Country putting out a new album. We already have the title. It's going to be called Cowboys and Dreamers. Now, we don't know what soon means. Those are George's words, not ours. Soon could be next month. It could be the fall. Who knows? Maybe it'll be before George's show in Ames coming up a little later on this month. But anytime we get to talk about new George Strait music, I'm down with it. All right, let's talk Morgan Wallen. Morgan had his day in court this past Friday, but was allowed to skip it. His attorney was there in his place. There was no plea entered in the case, and another hearing is set for August 15th. Morgan's lawyer said that there are several outcomes possible in the case. He says, quote, we might have a hearing, we might settle it, or the case might continue. By the way, Morgan will be there on the August 15th hearing date. Meanwhile, Morgan announcing that his new bar will open in Nashville on Memorial Day weekend. It'll be called Morgan Wallen's This Bar and Tennessee Kitchen, once again opening up Memorial Day weekend. And finally, a pretty cool thing if you're a Zach Bryan fan and you go to one of his concerts, Zach Bryan is now making available a live recording of the show that you went to. Now, if you have a physical ticket to a Zach Bryan concert, there's a QR code on the back of the ticket. You can scan it and get a complete live recording of the show you attended, plus unreleased songs. Now, a lot of people are wondering, including myself, hey, what if you had digital tickets? Apparently, an email will be sent to the account you used to order those tickets at some point in time with a code on there for you to access the playlist of songs that you heard Zach sing where you were at. So, for those of us in Des Moines on a Thursday and Friday night, hopefully we'll be able to get a recording of those concerts. If you had physical tickets and were able to do it, let us know. Tell us how it sounds. You can message us this morning on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. Those are your country quickies this morning. It's Braden Cortland on 98.1 K-Hawk. For New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Jelly Roll with Lainey Wilson. That saved me. It's Braden Cortland, and if you get some grief from your significant other because of the amount of sports you watch, well, a new study says it's okay. Give yourself a pat in the back because you're just taking care of your mental health. A new study, and this was done in Japan. A new study found that watching sports boosts our mental health and in general makes us happier human beings. Researchers looked at people's brains when they watched sports and found that it activated what was called a reward circuit, which are linked to feelings of pleasure and happiness. Look at that. Pleasure and happiness simply from watching sports. I think those of us here in the state of Iowa, we've had plenty of happy moments in sports with Caitlin Clark and the Iowa women's basketball team. The Iowa State women's basketball team had a great year and had a nice little run in the NCAA tournament. Although there's the flip side, too. Any Iowa Hawkeye football fan will point towards last season and say, how did I get any pleasure from watching the Iowa football offense? How was that pleasurable in any sort of way? They also found out that people who regularly watch a lot of sports have more gray matter in those areas of the brain, which suggests it might even change your brain structure over time. Watching sports can change the makeup of your brain. That is crazy. Basically, they say for those seeking to enhance their overall well-being, watch sports. Listen, Cortland and I have this discussion sometimes because, and she says this on the air and admits it freely, that she's not a huge sports fan. And I get that. And I just tell her, I explained to her, listen, I said, it's just a form of entertainment for me. You know, she's into her true crime documentaries and podcasts. And she likes that, as many of you listening probably still do. And that's a form of entertainment to you. I like sports. I like watching football. I like watching basketball. I like watching baseball. It's entertainment. It makes me feel good. And it really makes me feel good when my teams I root for do well. You know, I think that boosts our entire mood. So if you get nagged at for watching two more sports, just say, listen, I'm taking a mental health day. It's a mental health day. I'm watching sports. It's Brandon Cortland at K-Hawk.
And
Cedar Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk, where it ends. That's the latest from Bailey Zimmerman. It's Brandon Cortland welcoming Ian Munsick back to the area. He'll be at Extreme Arena in Coralville. That show coming up later on this month, Friday night, May 24th. And if you want to go see him, we are giving away not one, but two 4-packs of tickets to see Ian Munsick in Coralville. And one of the winners of a 4-pack of tickets will also get 4 meet and greet passes, too. So if you want to go see Ian Munsick, possibly meet him, going to be a fun show May 24th in Coralville. Get signed up to win them right now on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. Country 98.1 K-Hawk. He'll be at the Great Jones County Fair in Monticello this summer. It's Cody Johnson. That's called Dirt Cheap. Good morning. It's Brandon Cortland, and we're giving away tickets not all week long. We're not going to give them to you on Friday because the Dustin Lynch concert is Thursday night at the McGrath Amphitheater in downtown Cedar Rapids. But we are giving you a chance to win tickets right up through day of show. They're digital tickets, so we'll be able to just send them to you via email. And all you have to do is listen for a medley of Dustin Lynch hit songs and be caller number 10. Now, we did play already this morning, but tomorrow morning I can tell you that we're going to play right around 8:25. Listen for that medley at 8:25 tomorrow morning, and you've got tickets to see Dustin Lynch in downtown Cedar Rapids on Thursday night with your country concert leader, 98.1 K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. That's Dylan Carmichael with drinking problems. Brandon Cortland wrapping it up on a Monday morning. Weather looks great today, mostly sunny and highs in the mid to upper 70s. Rain tonight, rain tomorrow. Going to be kind of that off and on week, so we'll have to watch and see how it all shakes out. I do know that Cortland driving back from Nashville today. She may be tired tomorrow, but she'll no doubt have tales from Nashville to share with us. Now, I've seen some photos, some pretty impressive ones, too, of the Eric Church Bar Chiefs down in Nashville. She sent me a whole bunch of cool pictures. So no doubt you'll have tons of fun stuff to share from her birthday weekend in Nashville. Back tomorrow morning then, bright and early at 5 a.m. for all of it. Until then, have a great Monday. So long.